Today we are hanging out with Michael Suski from Surfer SEO, and we're going to have a chat about this new metric, this new tool they've just launched called Content Score. And we're gonna want to learn about what it does and how it can help us kick our competitors' asses on the SERP. And if that's for you, boss, stick around with us, and we're gonna have some live analysis of the SERPs and a lot of good info. Stick with us. Vámonos.
Don't stop. Don't stop.
What's up, boss? Adrian Diaz here with Hasta la Vista, boss, the place where ambitious people like you and I, we talk about how to create a side hustle, make it profitable, quit our job, become our own boss. And I hope that's a good plan to have for the future. And one way to do that is by, creating your own websites, rank them in Google, put some offers on them, put some ads on them, or you can learn SEO and create SEO audits, sell them to clients, and all that good stuff. And one tool that could definitely help you do that is Surfer SEO. So let's get into this. Michael, welcome to Hasta la Vista Boss Show again, brother.
Hey guys, thanks for having me again. So yeah, you're absolutely right about the content score and kicking competitors' asses. Absolutely. It will lower the learning curve for Surfer. So definitely you don't have to be that experienced to kick their asses. That's the greatest thing about the score. So you can easily estimate who is doing well, who is doing poor when it comes to content, but we'll get into the details soon.
Sure thing. Before we move on, I want to welcome everybody in the chat. Apparently, my chat is not working here. We're going to fix that in just a second. But if you guys are in the chat, let us know. Say hello so we can say hello back
I
to
can
you.
see the chat.
You can? Okay.
Yeah, hello Jay.
Jay, how's it going, brother? Give me just 1 sec so I can fix my chat. Of course, always when you do live streams, something like this happens.
Yeah,
So,
there is no live stream without issues.
Never.
Otherwise, it's a recorded podcast, huh?
Well, this is going to be the audio is going to be extracted, and we're going to put it on a podcast as well. So hopefully people who don't have time to listen, watch this, they can listen to it. So yeah, Jay, how's it going? And everybody, if you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. Alternatively, as some of you might know already, regulars, you can join Michael and myself in here by just clicking that link in the chat and ask yourself a question directly to Michael instead of writing that question, and you can go back and forth, if you have any follow-up questions. And that's awesome. Please do that. Michael loves that as well.
Yeah, looking forward to this.
So, first things first, I didn't have time to play with that new tool that you guys just launched. And it's brand new, right? It was yesterday, right?
Yeah, we were fighting for life to get it deployed before the webinar. So that was really a crazy implementation time. We deployed it yesterday, like 3 p.m. So pretty fresh stuff. And well, even though it's just a simple metric displayed next to the URL, it's super advanced because it takes into consideration like 100 factors, on-page factors, all about the keywords placement, their densities, topical coverage, all the elements that we actually gather. So Sławek did a great job with weighting all of those factors. So like the topical relevance has a different weight, keyword placement in specific elements like above the fold, like in H1, in title, and so on. They have different weights, and he played with a special developer's interface, tweaked those weights. So we ended up with a single metric after of course weeks of testing, we ended up with a simple metric that tells you in general who is performing well when it comes to on-page optimization. And that's huge thing, because you don't have to spend time, like you didn't have time to play with it, but you will definitely have time after playing with it, because it's super helpful, super fast way to pick the right competitors to your conversion. Like now, when like before, when you wanted to create an audit, you just had to check the competitors pages, who is performing well, who has a strong domain, who has well optimized article, who is long enough, who is optimized well, and with the score, you just see the high score, you click include in the content editor in the audit, and that's it. Nothing to worry about, nothing else to worry, right?
Right.
So
Very interesting. Very interesting. Um, Welcome, Sean, as well. How's it going, Sean? Fix, you're live too. Yeah, we're going live at the same time. So um, that's awesome information there, Michael. I just want to. I'm gonna ask a few questions maybe later on, but if you want, you can, just go. Let's go into kind of have a look at how the tool works and maybe have a look at a few examples. If you want, you can share the screen, take the screen, and
yeah,
walk us
yeah,
through.
absolutely.
Walk us through
But
what it
before we
does.
easy, but before we dive in,
Yeah.
I just wanted to tell you guys that every single on-page optimization that is based on data, the most crucial element of that optimization is to pick the right benchmark, which means to pick the right competitors. And that's the problem that Content Score is solving. So let me now jump into the screen sharing mode. One
Thomas is here as
second,
well. How's it
guys.
going, Thomas?
Okay, so I have a few examples. That's the SERP Analyzer. For all of you guys who are not familiar with Surfer, that's the most complex tool we have. It contains all the data we gather, but it also provides the most comprehensive analysis with just one click, which is an audit here, but we will get to it in a moment. The numbers you see here, those are the content score on the left side and the domain score on the right side. So, like in this case, Search Engine Academy, pretty high score, 61, and comparably low quality domain, number 3 only, 3 out of 10. That means that this score really helps them to be in the top 6, like you see them.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, And on a first glance, I see number 3, Bright Ads, really high score, not the highest domain in the top 5. So definitely the great benchmark to produce new content or optimize against. So I would pick this guy, I will pick that guy, and probably the 9 clouds, as they are the third highest. Maybe the blog workcast as well, as they are close to the 60. So what we need to do now to perform an audit is to just exclude those guys who are not fitting our requirements, which is high score, so low or moderate. So I'm excluding those guys, excluding, leaving just the highest numbers, 60, 60, 56. Okay, and that's fine. So does this score correlate with rankings? Let's see. So I will just pick the score on the left-hand side, and as you can see, okay, I excluded those pages on the top, so let me include them so it is fair. Okay, so we can see quite a lot of pages on the top that have higher score than pages in the middle of the search results and at the bottom of the search results. So as you can see, position 27, that's my page. I have the score 68, which is probably it's the second highest score right after the the bright edge,
Mm-hmm.
and I have such a high score uh, for a reason. Obviously, I optimized the landing page for the keyword SEO webinar using Audit before. And what's cool is that's pretty fun because I optimized the page a week ago, and it jumped out of the blue to the second or third page of Google, jumping between position 15 to position 25, 27. So it's still dancing, but you can spot that the higher if you raise the score, you get higher rankings basically, and you can raise the score with rewriting the content using the content editor or using the audit in SERP Analyzer. So let's perform an audit and see what is left to do on my side. Okay, so I'm missing some keyword stuffing, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
digital marketing, right? You see, I used it only twice because, well, it's not precisely about digital marketing landing page, the SEO webinars. I'm not a list, so I used it only twice. There's a lot to improve in here. So I'm missing some keywords, still quite a lot of stuff to include, like marketing strategy, marketing manager. The hell, I'm not a marketing manager, but well, maybe I will find one to interview, right?
Yeah.
And mention that word within the content. So as you can see, I'm not that good as I thought I am. So I still have plenty of keywords to include. When it comes to length, well, I am even too long. Oh, yeah, like you see, only the search engine journal has pretty long form content. So probably I should adjust a little bit uh, the competitors. But in general, this content score tells you who the hell you should include. And in this situation, the Bright Edge, the Search Engine Academy, those are the guys that are really worth following. And that's the SERP Analyzer to perform an audit of a page that exists already. But yeah, you wanted to jump in?
Well, I have a question about so first of all, you just want to pick um when you so let me see that I believe there's two questions. So when you create a new page, you're gonna use the content score, or when you already have an existing page.
So both situations benefit from checking the content score. So right now I'm in the content editor. I have a keyword, for example, keyword research. I didn't check it before, so I will be probably surprised with the results. And okay, what we see in here. So if I'm about to write an article about the keyword research, then my reference page won't be the moz.com. It won't be the HubSpot either,
Mm-hmm.
as their score is pretty low. It's 51, 61. Not bad, but not too high, right? Of course, the word tracker is 32 or as Google.com. Obviously, they don't need to optimize their pages, right? But if I were to write a new piece of content on this topic, I would deselect Moz and HubSpot, pick branding, pick Ahrefs, maybe another Ahrefs, or maybe not. Well, it's 69, so probably I could deselect it and pick instead the Neil Patel's article, the Yoast article, and the Keyword Tool IO, as they have the highest scores in the whole set. Um, so uh, guidelines prepared on the pages with the highest score will contain the most comprehensive answer to the user, will be uh, like that's well, the main purpose of this score is to not to compare with pages that are not strong with content, because
Right.
in SERP in this SERP, as you can notice, we have the most and HubSpot. Their domain score is 9. It's higher, so we can even conclude that the domain score may be pretty important in this particular keyword, because they are on top, but they don't have the best content out there when it comes to relevancy, when it comes to NLP entities coverage, when it comes to keywords placement, densities, and all the stuff that we analyze within the score.
Right.
So
So you
they
would
just
say,
have to be excluded.
Michael,
Hmm?
that let's say for this particular SERP, the on page maybe is not what are making those websites ranking, right? Maybe it's because of their strong domain score instead of the one page.
As you can see, yeah, something is in it, because all of the top 10 ranking pages are extremely strong. They are monstrous, eights, nines. That means that they're super strong. Like ads.google.com is 8. Neil Patel is 9. So this SERP has huge competition. So definitely, without the super strong domain, it will be almost impossible to get there, even with the best content.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a domain that is around that strength, that level of those competitors, then you just have to get the best out of it with picking the right competitors as the reference pages.
Would
So we have the branding, we have Ahrefs, Neil Patel, Yoast, and Keyword Tool, and those are the best benchmarks we
Right.
can
So in
get.
this case,
Of course,
what I mean, let me
yes.
see if I have this right. In this case, what you would do, you'd pick these competitors with high content score because that means their content is pretty much pretty much optimized. You gonna make your content on pair with them, and then you
Mhm.
have to move off page, right? Then you have to look at backlinks and other cool stuff, because otherwise it doesn't matter if
Absolutely.
your on page is spot on. You're not gonna be able to compete with these guys.
In this situation, absolutely not. Without a proper domain, it will be super hard to rank. Of course, maybe some black hat techniques with pumping a lot of PBNs
Mm-hmm.
into a EMD domain. I think that it will be possible, but well, nobody has time for that. In the keyword research keyword, there is not so much money to invest in, so that's why we see only huge brands, maybe even not fighting with each other, but just being there, building the topical relevancy for their domains, building a lot of power through internal links for different pages that make more money. However, uh, every time you browse uh, the competitors' highest content score, select those pages, and this way you will create content that is the best out there. Of course, we may have, okay, I can load 10 more pages, but uh, most likely the highest scores are in the top 10. Sometimes it happens that we have the highest score in the top 20 just because the domain is really poor, but the
Mm-hmm.
content is super cool. So then we can have a situation when someone with content score at level 90 is higher. Okay, so what do we have in here? Okay, SEM Rush. So it's pretty strong domain,
Yeah.
right? Okay, but we see some sixes, Mongoose, blogalexa.com. However, yeah, SEM Rush seems to be pretty good at the keyword research guide. They're pretty long and covering most of the keywords. So, well, I would consider including them as well. Maybe the Mongols as well, as they are 70. So uh, that's okay to load. Actually, that's a new feature that landed along with the scores.
Mm.
Load 10 pages more in the content editor. So it's when your top 10 consists only of YouTube, Amazon, and this kind of stuff, and you really want to write for this keyword, so you can load more pages to see if down there are some blogs and pages that you can compete with.
Right.
So
Is
the rest of the editor is the same.
is the same. Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. If you guys are in the chat, let us know if you have any questions. Or alternatively, like I said earlier, you can jump on the call and ask your question directly. There's a link in there in the chat. And here's another question from me, Michael. How these content score works? Like what the tool is looking at? How can he determine the score of a content? I don't get it. I mean, I'm not that
Easy, easy.
smart, you know.
Oh my God, I should have started with this, but like I don't want to spoil everything, but in general, we look at the NLP entities if they are covered. We look at the common words, common phrases if they are covered, and if so, how many of them are included on the page. We check the length of the content, if it's comprehensive or not, based on the top 10 average, of course. Uh, then we check keyword placement in specific places of the page, like the H1, like the title, like above the fold section, some performance metrics like speed, load speed, and so on. And all of those factors have points. And those points are assigned based on the level of completion of this factor,
Mm-hmm.
and all of those segments are weighted. For example, NLP entities coverage will be more important than, for example, I don't know actually, but will be probably more important than number of bolded keywords, right?
Right.
So some structure elements. So
Right. Right. Right.
on the forefront, there are like the topical relevance, the coverage, the placement. That's on the top, and then we have some structure elements, speed, and so on, like I mentioned. So you could. The thing is that using the SERP Analyzer and metrics on the left-hand side,
Mm-hmm.
you could build a content score on your own. I mean, by okay, I'll check how they use exact keywords, and I will note pages who are performing well. I will note pages who are performing poorly in this area. Then I move to another factor, sum it up, see the points, and decide who has the best score. But the greatest thing about the content score is that it tells you right away, okay, this is 53, this is 43, this is 52. So that's your keyword, isn't it?
Yeah, this is my keyword. Let me see
Uh,
where is my website. Scroll down for us
what's
a
the
little bit.
domain?
Oh, there you go. Hang on a sec. Number. Hang on. Seven. Number
Mm-hmm.
7.
Mm-hmm. So you are 46. Not so high. The domain is fresh, it's 0.
Mm-hmm.
So you are the weakest domain out there. So it's a success already. So, who I would exclude first is this guy on the top 1 position, as he has the strongest domain from all the competitors, but the weakest content. That's kind of straightforward correlation. Weak content, strongest domain. That's why he is that high. So I would try probably to check his backlink profile and ideally handpick some backlinks that you could acquire, maybe. So let's perform an audit. Okay, we have those pages that are left, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So now we can hit the audit and see that you have not enough content, don't you? Uh, well,
Not bad.
so Not bad. We have one outlier, which is bookmycourse.co.uk. They are super, super pumped with the word count, but you are close. I mean, adding 3 to 400 words to stay on the level of the page on the second and fourth and this one, that would be
Michael,
just fine. Huh? Yeah.
just quickly before you carry on with this, there's always a question that comes in all the Facebook groups and all, everywhere. And now just came this to my mind when you were talking about adding 300 more words. When Surfer SEO is counting the words on a page, does it count only the content itself, or do you count the content that is not visible as well?
Okay, that's kind of good question. So basically, we count the content that Googlebot is counting. But yeah, that's the uh, well, that's how we wish it is. But in general, we count the content that is indexable. So hidden content is also there,
Mm,
but without the no script content.
right.
So no scripts are because if you are visiting a page with JavaScript turned on, the no script is not counted, right? But if you visit it without, then it
Counted.
is there.
All
So
right.
yeah, it is there. But in general, the JavaScript is turned on. So um,
Oh,
we do it the same way. Like Googlebot is crawling with the JavaScript enabled, right? We have tons of pages where the JavaScript with tons of JavaScript they get indexed.
mm-hmm.
So the JavaScript is they just count it. So oh, we exclude anchor text and we exclude no script. Besides that, content that is visible plus content that is display none, for example, is also counted because like you have those FAQ section, for example, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there is display none. And that's not a big deal for a Google bot to read it, right? As the FAQ sections are always uh, properly indexed, especially if you have schema markup and so on. So it's like accordion menu with a question is not a problem. So the only part of the page that we do not count in here are the anchors. So the menu links, footer links, some internal links. Okay, that's a trade-off, but in general, it's the main content that is put on the page without the menu, footer, sidebar links, but just links. If you
Right.
have a content in sidebar, then it is counted.
Right. Sure. Can I just quickly address a question here from the chat? Sean Lewis says, "Is the content score live in accounts now? I don't see it in my account. I just see the page backlink score."
Yay, that's the most common question on our live chat support, Sean. So it works for the new queries because it's quite a lot of calculations. Then we couldn't do it in a retrospective way. So you have to create a query again, and then the content score will be calculated for you. As the domain score, it comes from the database that we have. So it could be calculated retrospectively, but the content score is analyzed on the fly. So you just have to create a new query.
Yeah. Should
But
we should we just remind everybody that this tool or this metric it's still in beta, right? Are you guys still in beta with this tool, right?
absolutely, the plans are pretty big with the content score as we have the huge progress in machine learning and stuff. So it may be possible to make it
Mm-hmm.
adjustable based on how Google search results change. So that's some kind of a plan that uh, no. we see
Awesome.
it on
Is
a
this
on the
and
horizon.
another question I've seen as well, is this available for everybody, like all the plans? Is this available for everybody?
Yeah, yeah. It's available for everybody as it's essential part of the success, because if you don't pick the competitors right, you may screw the analysis, and we don't want people to screw their analysis. So yeah, it's available for everyone. It's just
It's going to be
cool addition.
available for everyone, Michael, for like for for forever, or is just until you guys get get maybe better feedback and
It's not like an NLP. It's not like an NLP uh, because it doesn't cost us.
right.
This is just a calculation. So we spent tons of hours on figuring it out. Actually, Slavik spent, Bartek spent tons of time on implementing, and now it's just using that knowledge, using that algorithm that of course is being upgraded over time, but uh, it doesn't cost us like NLP. Every single analysis with NLP we pay for it because we have our own Google NLP API account connected with Surfer, so uh, we couldn't afford to make it like free for all. But
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to the score, I, as far as I know, uh, it will be available.
Sweet, sweet. No worries. If things changes, we will let you know, guys. I'm sure.
Yeah,
Just
we'll
join
do a
the
live
Surfer
about.
SEO Facebook group. It's a free Facebook group, and you'll be up to date with everything they do.
Yeah, thanks, man. That's a good idea for everyone who want to be up to date. But we have an audit of your site, dude,
Let's see.
and it's pretty screwed. It's pretty screwed as I can see. Uh, so you said that you are optimizing it for telehandler training London,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Why the hell is it missing on your
Oh, is
site?
it? Oh, hang on a second.
Yeah, it
Oh,
is.
you know why? I think I saw this
Huh?
in. I see something like this on the roast you guys did the other day with Marie, and
Uh-huh.
she was talking about a keyword that would have the comma in in
Nah,
the
you see.
phrase.
Okay.
So in this particular case that you look in here, the keyword is telehandler training London. So I don't have anywhere that exact phrase, whereas I have it in like telehandler training in London. So I have that in word in there.
What image alts are for?
Ah, I
Uh,
should have it in there.
yeah,
Duh.
yeah, absolutely. You have like one, two, three, four, five. Really, five image alts. You can. Is it all about trainings? It's
Not really.
in
I mean,
general.
there's I'm still building the site, but this particular
Uh-huh.
section is about training
Okay, so you have like five images to like.
to
That's me
choose.
on a telehandler the training London.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So easy peasy. So as you can see, competition, dude, with just that fix,
Training courses.
training courses, 5 to 11 times you have zero. 80% of your competition has it.
Right.
So pretty big. Let me sort by the action to see what kind of cool keywords you are missing. Practical tests,
Mm-hmm.
not at all.
Ooh.
CPCS, what the hell is that?
Well, that's construction plant something like that scheme.
Uh-huh. So that's a
It's
different training, but kind of related to the.
um it's kind of the how do I say, like the I would not know how to explain it, but it's the it's it's
But you
something
can tell
related to
that you don't.
construction. So if you
Okay,
want to
but
be yeah,
you can tell that you don't offer CPCS training and include the phrase.
right, yeah, makes sense, makes sense.
Uh, practical training missing, touch screen test, training center, ground conditions. Well,
Oh,
quite a
yes.
lot. However, the construction site is over optimized. Plant machinery, ground level construction company. If you want to work in the construction company, you need this telehandler training course.
That's awesome. You've done this
Yeah.
before, huh?
Not once, not even once, not even once. Telehandler training course 0 times, dude. Zero,
Telehandler
zero.
training course. Wow. So I'm missing a lot of.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I will send you the audit. I will send you the audit,
Yeah,
and you
please
will take
do.
it.
Please do.
Easy,
I
easy.
definitely need to
Just
look
fix
at
the
this.
zeros.
Yeah, that's
Just fix
awesome.
the zeros. And we all started with the length. So we were like, okay, should I add 300 words? I bet that if you will try to add all of those zeros,
Hmm.
you will get 300 words in three or
At
to four
least.
paragraphs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Training requirements. What are the training requirements? What are the safety precautions?
Hmm.
Whatever is that. Okay, another machine, forward tipping dumper,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Ta-
Training
Okay, so
center.
as you
Yeah,
can
that's
see,
awesome. Wow.
quite a lot of stuff to improve, and we didn't touch the words at all. And probably we'll have like operation, candidates, uh, machine, right?
Wow. And I have zero
Yeah,
times.
cool. Yeah, all the zeros, zero, zero, zero everywhere. So facilities, uh, your colleagues will admire you for having this telehandler course, right? I'm actually curious to ensuring the health and safety of our colleagues and customers.
Mm.
It's kind of safety, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Safety stuff.
Health and safety stuff for sure.
Okay, so as you can see, quite a lot to improve. Okay, no exacts, no exacts. You have it in London, probably as everyone
Yeah,
else.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
I would say that it's fine, but I would try to analyze the keyword with the in uh, to check if that's true. But okay, I can see that you have 6 partials in H1, so it's probably uh, a few Londons and a few trainings.
Yeah.
So that's fine. Okay, newbie.
Really?
But you're not the worst. Double H1, but this guy has
4.
4 times.
He's kicking ass.
So he's really trying.
That's
Okay,
awesome.
that's kind of cool. Call your provider
Oh, what's
of
going
the
on there?
server. Yeah, the server is pretty slow. Check the PHP version on the server, I think. Uh, and if not, try to remove some caching plugins and run analysis. You can run the analysis in the Google Speed Insights or toolspeak.com. Or let me try the
Could this be because
toolspeak.com.
I have the I'm using Elementor?
I don't know, maybe. But I would start with some plugins first to see. That's kind of cool free tool, by the way.
Tools
Uh,
ping them.
yeah, it will tell you about the speed. I picked the Frankfurt, Germany because I'm close. Uh, so 2 megabytes. It's not big, but the overall load time is 1.5 seconds. The TTFB. Well, here's quite fast. So maybe there was a glitch, some kind of glitch on the server that happens. So we probably should have to run a few more tests over
Mm-hmm.
and over to see if something just went wrong. And but yeah, it appears
Load
to
time,
be
not bad,
quite
huh?
fast.
144.
Yeah, not bad. I don't know why here is that high, but if our crawler found it slow, then definitely some kind of issue is there, or at least it was for a period of time, and Google bot can be in the same situation,
Right.
right? when Googlebot finds it really slow, then you'll remain slow in his mind for until the next scroll. So yeah, something to consider, or at least worth checking. I will send you over the
Nice.
audio.
Nice. Thanks for my own personalized roast. Um, Let me quickly go to the chat for 1 second. Elton Musa is asking, what languages can you analyze with Surfer? Only English?
No, it works with all the languages. Basically, you can choose location in here with the cities, with the countries. Uh, so basically, it works with Polish, with German, with Vietnamese, with Thai, with Hebrew, with whatever Swedish, Russian. It works with Cyrillic alphabet as well. I'm not sure if it works with Greek,
Mm-hmm.
but probably yes, because why not? Uh, we use a Unicode standard to read the content at the moment. So if the Unicode is able to read it, then we are able to read it. As you can see, we have Indian as well. Yeah, there's a Greece. So if you cannot find your country, just let us know and we'll add it. So
Great stuff. Great stuff. So I don't know if you guys have any more questions in the chat. Um, please let us know if you do. If not, I'm going to let Michael enjoy his beer and the rest of the day.
that's
I
the
don't know if
best part of.
I don't know if there is any other things that you wanted to share with us, Michael. Like, I've read your article about this, and you guys are saying that this is going to be a game changer for for marketers and SEOs. Um,
Yeah, well, I think I covered everything. When it comes to the score, I didn't want to go into details, but the thing you have to remember after watching this is that the score determines who you want to follow when it comes to on-page optimization, and that's it.
I see. Alrighty. Well, if you guys never play with Surfer SEO, they have. You can use the tool for 1 week for only $1, I believe. Is that
Mhm.
correct, Michael?
Yeah, yeah.
There's a link in the description if you want to support this YouTube channel. Of course, I'm an affiliate for Surfer SEO, but if you want to have a go, use my link. I'll appreciate it if you do. If not, just go to Surfer SEO uh, and start playing with this tool. It's really awesome, and as you can see, you can learn a lot of stuff. Just like I'm missing on my page a lot of stuff that I need to go and fix, and hopefully I'm gonna kick their asses. I think I was on position 7 or 6 or 7, something like that.
Seven, but
And
easy to rise with those errors. You're on the best way to the top three. The competition is not that strong.
is really not that strong. And I haven't built any links to the site, so no citations or anything yet. So hopefully just the home page is gonna show them who's the boss on the SERP.
Fingers crossed.
That's it. Well, thanks everybody for showing up today. Thank you for your likes. Thanks for your questions. I would have loved to have even more questions, but if you think you have questions later on, drop them in the comments below, and I'll get Michael to answer those for us. And thanks again for coming, Michael. It's always a pleasure to have you, brother.
Absolutely, man. I really enjoyed that. So anytime.
Anytime. That's awesome. Thanks everybody for watching, and remember, stay focused. As I always say, stay focused, because we are going to get rid of that boss. All right. See you next time.